Alright, guys, welcome to a huge episode of PES 5 Master League here today. To start us off with, we have got our pretty much final transfer negotiations that are going to be going into progress, and this is what we've got. So yeah, I've put a lot of thought into these because this has probably been one of the worst summer transfer windows we've ever had. We've signed like 3 players and that's it. So, Owusu, we've decided he's going to go. He's going to go to Barcelona, first and foremost. We've been trying to trade off Schwartz recently. That's not worked. We are going to try and trade off Schwartz, though, for Inzaghi with AC Milan, though, however. So that's number one thing that we're doing here. So, Inzaghi's stats look good. He's 19, and he can only play centre-forward, but Schwartz can only play centre forward in SS, so does it really matter too much there? I don't know. He's going to build up from a 19-year-old, so that's good. We got Orellana. We're going back in for the man again. God knows why, honestly. We're going to give it one last go. He is 19, will be 20 soon. We've put in 2,000 salary and 20,000 points this time. That is our final offer of the summer. If he doesn't accept that, then I don't know, winter's coming up, maybe we can look at it again. Who knows what happens here today. Fossetti, this is a surprising one. I've talked about this guy on and off for quite, I think, a number of years now, and I've looked at him and thought, do we, don't we? His stats are really good, and compared to Mascherano's, he's got a lot of stats that are actually quite a bit better than Mascherano's. He's a little bit younger than Mascherano. He can play DMF and central midfield. So we're going to go for it. We're going to try that. I think I've offered him, what was he on? I think something like 800 points or something like that. I don't know. You know, we're going to give it a try and see what happens with that. So Orellana, Sasaki, we're going to go back in for him. Offered him a little bit more money this time, and I think a little bit more transfer money. Let me have a look. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more than last time. So we're going to try this and see what happens there. Like I say, he can play centre-back, defensive midfielder and central midfield. And he's going to be swapped with Schneider, potentially. Schneider's done well. He's had his time here. I think Schneider's like 30 now or something like that. But Sasaki, we can build this guy up over time. So, yeah, there's a lot of building that we're looking into doing. So yeah, we could potentially get a midfielder here who can also play as a centre-back. We could swap Schwartz for Inzaghi, who will basically just forward players anywhere, but we could build Inzaghi up. Of course, Orellana could be built up over time as well. The thing is, I get this niggling feeling that Orellana's still not going to accept. I mean, that's to say Inzaghi might not accept either yet, but I guess we'll see. Fossetti, I mean, it's a bit of a cheeky one, this one, as a last-minute thing. And if we could swap him for Mascherano, he's probably just as good as Mascherano is. And, of course, Owusu's going away. But when you look at our team, the kind of general thought here is, like, some players could be retiring eventually, of course. So we want to build up younger players. But we're also looking at players that, what positions can they play? Now, Shimizu can play as a SS and centre forward if we need him to. We've just brought in Nuri Sahin as an attacking midfielder. Could play defensive midfield as well, so that's an option. Figo's not really going to be a first team player. You know, he's going to rotate here and there. Probably Gambino will too, but Gambino's can play a number of different positions, so he's probably going to get some time as well. Fernando Torres, looking at his stats, was considering swapping him for someone. The only one that really stood out was actually Bodjanov. Where is he? I think I've just entered him there. A little bit younger than Torres. His stats, some of his stats aren't as good, but he is a really good player, to be fair. I was considering it, but I was like, you know what, we'll just stick with Torres if we need to. I added Gallas to the list, by the way, because he's regened now. I don't think I noticed. Gilberto Silva, Van Bronckhorst, we had him at one point. It's really good. Someone suggested Schmidt. This guy's 19. Look at all these positions he can play. He can play as a winger. if you wanted him to. But there's also another Schmidt as well. Where is he? Here he is, Sweeper. He's pretty good. He's only 18, so I guess both of those guys look pretty good here. This Samuels here interests me a bit. I was considering maybe a swap deal for like Company, but I was like, you know, we'll just keep Company for now. A lot of people in the last episode suggested Bradley. He is a very good player. He's only 18 currently, and look at those stats. The only problem is he does not have a team, so which means we have to apply for transfer negotiations, and unfortunately we can only do one of those. We have to wait until Owusu officially leaves before we can do anything. So we're keeping Bradley in mind, leaving him on the list, and maybe we can go back in winter once the window opens again in January. So I'm not ignoring it, we are taking note of it. It's just maybe not now. We're maybe going to try the Orellano deal yet again, because to be honest, our midfield options are pretty good, to be fair, as they are. Like I say, we look at the team. You know, we usually put Gerrard onto the right side of the midfield, or we could, you know, if you wanted him to play left, he could play there as well. We got Kaiser who could play there. We got Iniesta who can play in the centre or attacking midfield. We got Shimizu who can. Fabregas, Schneider might get possibly swap with Sasaki. Mascherano can, but I'd rather Mascherano be more defensive midfield, to be honest. Gambino, we've acquired Nuri Sahin. And there's also Figo there. So midfield is not too much of a priority right now. The only reason we're going for Sasaki is because he can play defensive midfield, but he can also play at centre-back if we wanted him to. So options. We're keeping options open. For me, since Owusu is going, I would like to acquire a new striker, which is why we're going in for Orellano and Inzaghi as possibly a swap deal. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I know it's just a swap deal for Schwartz, but I don't know, I just don't feel it with Schwartz anymore. Maybe Inzaghi, a new player, new fresh face, you know, someone we can build up. He's going to be 20 come next season, Inzaghi. Maybe it's best to shift Schwartz on and replace him, I don't know. And then Fossetti for Mascherano, just a cheeky deal there. You know, Mascherano's 30, Fossetti's a bit younger and his stats are similar and a lot of them are better. That's kind of what we're going for. So yeah, that's my whole reasoning for this. We're going to try this. Let's go on to the Arsenal game and I'll explain more there. Let's do it. Here we are then at Wembley for Arsenal. This is the last game of this pre-season, you might call it. This would be the Charity Shield game. And let's get out there. Let's play some football today. Because I have been looking at the transfer negotiations for far too long and rattling my head constantly. So, yeah, not a good idea to be constantly probably looking at it all for too long, because it could cause a headache. But enough about that. This is the last game. Let's concentrate on this for now. But it is kind of a big episode, this, because not only is it last transfers, last game of the pre-season here, but we also have squad numbers to sort out at the end of this episode. We've also got the fixtures for next season as well. So lots happening today. Marshall in goal. Yossi's here. He's going to get a bit more game time over Risa. Because why not? And oh, that was almost a good pass. That doesn't appear to be an offside or anything as well, so it could have gone through. Here's Mutu. He stops. Nuri Sahin attacking midfield for this one. Going to give some more run out. We don't know what fixture's coming up next, so we're just giving run outs to whoever really. To be honest, like Gerrard, Ronaldo, etc. on the bench, you know. So that's what we're doing there. Here's Nuri Sahin, here's Babel. Babel's got to make a run. He does that, but can he beat these men in front of him? Kinda does. Oh, Mafio behind him. For a bit of support, but couldn't get any kind of pass to Mafio in the end. Here's Babel. Gets his pass to Mafio now, though. Here's Jos. And it's not bad, this. It's Mutu! With an effort on target, he's the captain for today's game. Fabregas going to whip this in. Oh, it doesn't land at anyone's feet in the end. Here's Robin. So there's probably, even though not a lot of work has been done in the transfer window, I have to say, like, this is probably the transfer window where I've thought about it more than ever, honestly. Like, I've been a lot more, I don't know, tactically thinking about possible signings more than any other window, and even though I've been more tactically thinking, it's not really shown anything. That's an offside by Babel. We haven't really achieved anything much. I mean, we got 3 players. I mean, if our window ended with 3 players, fair enough. You've got to take it. What can you do? But I just feel like last day here, something's got to happen, surely. But how many times have I said that and I've never been right? Here's Babel with a chance. For Techa here. Here's Torre. It's Carboni here, Matheson. Here's Robin. Matheson again. Here's Mutu. Oh, can't pick out Babel there, who was waiting for the ball. Here's Smith. It's going to be kind of sad though to see Owusu go. Like he's been with the team for about a year and a half, just over. Here's Babel, by the way. Oh, good save by Techa. That angle was closed down just in the end. Scored some pretty good goals. Been a good player, to be honest. He was kind of like, I suppose, in a way. Oh, just off target there. I don't know what Techa's doing with that dive, but yeah, he was kind of like the replacement for Babel, because when Babel was signed, like, Babel wasn't really meant to be like a first team player, but that's what he's become now. And Nuri Sahin is looking at this one. Kind of fancies it himself. I think he had it on target. And then Babel started scoring all these goals and became like a first team player. So then we brought in Owusu to maybe sort of replace that little gap of, you know, like just having like a rotations / sporadic sort of player. And he's done his job, to be fair, but he was a really good little signing, honestly. I do recommend Owusu. Now he's going to Barcelona. Could have been going back to Arsenal, but they didn't offer enough money. Plus, I guess there's that thing of we don't really want to sell to another rival club in the same league as us. So, that's a good chance there by Mutu, but the ball was just a little bit high for him. If it was a bit lower, could have directed it a little better. There's a chance here. Here's for Techa, who's having to boot out. It's a very nice day here at Wembley, by the way. Just want to say that. And weather's good. You know, hope it's good where you guys are. You know, not really a lot going on here to really say much. Oh, bad pass by Kaiser there. Here's Bergkamp. Bergkamp tries to go over to Palm, gets his head there. It's Matheson. Marshall won't be fazed by it. It was a nice ball, that, but nothing came of it there for Fabregas. Here's Carboni, here's Palm. And here's Mutu. Gets his ball over to Babel. Oh, the shot is blocked. Right on the brink of half-time here. Here's Cafu, who's brought down. Free kick late on. Inside this first half. Finds Fabregas. Back to Cafu again. Brought down once more. No cards are being shown for this, though. And Kaiser with an effort there, who didn't manage to make anything happen. And it's Mafior, and that's going to be half-time, I think, there. Maybe not. It's Bearcamp. Referee has not blown anything yet. There it is, though. Yeah, some decent play, but nothing really happening too much. But yeah, let's just continue on to the second half. I thought we was playing well enough with a bit of a changed squad anyway. And we are back off once more. 45 minutes more of pre-season, and that's it. Wonder who we're going to get for the first game this season. I hope it's not Man U again, or Chelsea, or... I think we've had Spurs. Did we have Spurs before 1 year? I think we had Newcastle 1 year, didn't we? I can't remember. You know, it's just... I don't know. But Charlton, they've just been promoted. You know, that'll be decent. Whatever it is whatever it is, though. Here's Mutu with a shot on target there. Just took it. Didn't have really any support. There was no way he was going to pick Babel out. It's a good save by Fitecha. Nobody really in the box here. Marking this. Oh, what a save. Fitecha on his day can pull off some good stuff out of the bag, honestly. There's Mafior with this chance here. Oh, Mutu can't get back to it. And, yeah, I think that... Oh, yeah, that was one thing I didn't mention, actually, as well. And what is happening here? Palm here. Oh, what are we doing? Kind of lucky. Is the Orellano deal. We have actually offered... Here's Mutu, by the way. It's Mutu... Oh. He didn't get hold of the ball right, did he? The Orellano deal is actually just a 1 year deal we've offered him. Because we have to offer him a lot of money to acquire him because he's not accepting so far. So we've offered him more money, but we've offered the amount of years down. So if he does accept, we only have to pay the 2,000 salary for 1 year, and then he's got to renegotiate a contract with us. So yeah, if he's going to play hardball, we're going to play hardball too. But he could still reject us, so, you know. We're really going for it this season. I'm not taking any crap from this guy anymore, is what I'm saying. But, yeah, so I think it was somebody in the comments actually mentioned the 1 year deal, and I kind of thought about it for a second and was like, why a 1 year deal? And then it kind of hit me, actually. We only have to pay him 1 year's worth of salary before he has to renegotiate, so actually why not, if he does accept. So we're kind of screwing the system a bit in a way. But again, it's down to the player. There's the thing, he doesn't even have a club, so it's like I don't get why this guy is playing hardball. It's really kind of a strange thing. And the harder difficulty you play on, the harder it is to acquire players as well, on top of that, so... And this could be bad! Oh! It is an offside. Oh yeah, he was way offside there. I was going to say that was a decent goal by Arsenal if it had gone in, but not to be there. Here's Jos. Oh, he cannot pick out Mafior or anyone there. Here's a Boué. Here's Robin. And that's not going to trouble Marshall. Marshall's going to be quick to fire this back out. Pretty dull game, to be fair. Not really a lot happening. In the second half's not been that great. And Arsenal got a really good opportunity for a goal, and they have scored. Bearcamp. Oh, I put faith in the team today, but I don't know. You might say they've let us down a little bit, but that's Marshall's never getting to the ball, is he? Not in a million years is he getting to that. Palm here with a good pass to pick him out. What are we doing here? Well, I don't know where we're at. We're going to make a couple of substitutes, but that's all we're doing today. Here's Joss, and he's taken off the ball here. Going back to the keeper here, not always the best idea. And an offside there by Mutu. He had that opportunity earlier and he didn't take it. Gerrard on, Shimizu on. Going to change a couple of things. Probably should have argued that they should have been playing from the start, but we're not really taking this match that seriously. Oh my, you cannot let that run out of play there. Bergkamp off, who's just scored for Hoyt. Not really a lot happening here. It's going to find its way into Gerrard, who's immediately lost the ball. Here's Mutu. And it's... Oh, Babel was waiting for the ball. Oh, he's got the control all wrong there. Mutu trying, but nothing happening here. Right at the end of this match now, you know, it's a case of do we change tactics here or do we just not bother? And here comes Mutu. And it's Fabregas, Shimizu, Stevie G. Is that a corner? It is. Shimizu in there. Oh, bad pass by Gerrard. Game over there. Arsenal win the Charity Shield if it was a Charity Shield game. We didn't play well enough. Simple as that. Pretty disappointing. Mutu, the only one really trying, and even he didn't look like he was really going to score. Fatecha played well though. 6.0, probably deserved like a 7 at least, I'd say. Senderos 7.0, Palm with a 7 there. Bergkamp with a winning goal. Fabregas got a 7.5, so we lost, but we got the best rating out of anyone there with Fabregas' 7.5. To be honest, I give it to Mutu, who's the only one trying today, but even he didn't, I don't think he even deserved a 7, maybe. I don't know, maybe he did, I don't know, depends what you feel, but that was that. Holy hell. Finally, this guy decides to join, but so does Inzaghi as well, so we've acquired 2 strikers on the last thing about Orellano is, though, before anything else is said or done, he can play, I think, attacking midfielder as well. So he can play in the midfield as well as up front, so that's actually pretty good. Sasaki, another breakdown, and Fassetti, a breakdown there. Oh well, you know, they're still on the radar for next time. And finally, the players have been paid their salaries, and we're left with still a lot of money, let's put it that way. So, squad numbers for this season have been decided. So, a lot of these have stayed the same, but we've entered new players and swapped, I think, just the one player, which might be Rooney, if I remember correctly. So this is what we got. So we got Cech 1, Puyol 5, Heitinga 3, Sergio Ramos 2, Risa 6, Kaiser 29, Gerrard 8, Iniesta 14, Ronaldo 7, Babel 19, Mutu 10, Marshall 25, Maldini, I think he was 22, he's moved to 21 now. Cannavaro 30, Jos was 21 in pre-season, moved to 22 now. Mafia 12, which he always has been, Mascherano 20, Schneider 23, Fabregas 16, Rooney 18, was 17 last season, going to move to 18 this season, now Joe Cole has moved on. Torres 9, Inzaghi's 27, the number 11 and number 17 are currently open. However, with him being a new player and still young at this point, I want him to earn a lower number. I'm not just going to give him a lower number. I'm not going to give a low number to somebody who's not guaranteed to play every game. That's just my whole thing with it. I won't do that, usually anyway. So yeah, Cordoba's still 13, Company 4, Cafu 33, Roberto Carlos 38, Gambino 37. I like that number for Gambino. He was that last season, we're going to remain with it this season. Yeah, maybe some might argue, oh, why don't you put him down to like 17? I don't know, 17... 17's a decent number for him. I don't know. I want him to earn it, though, yeah. You know what I mean? He hasn't played for us for very long. Want him to earn it. Figo, 26. Want him to earn the lower numbers as well. Shimizu, 15, always has been. Nuri Sahin, 24. Was considering the 17 for Sahin, but I like 24. I don't know. I think that's fine. We could lower it next season or something. You never know. Like Nuri Sahin again didn't play too well for us the first time round. Want to give him another chance. Want him to earn maybe a slightly lower number. Orellano 32. So yeah, that is that. I think Quincy had 42, didn't he? Orellano's going to take 32 though. So that's that for this season. Well, that's that. We can't sign anyone else now for this coming season. We've got what we've got, and we've got to take this team into the new season. Let's have a look at what next season's fixtures are going to be.
The Master League Division 1.
And here we are. Let's have a look then. Birmingham to start with. Man United is week 2. I'll take that instead of week 1 this time. But yeah, let's have a quick looky look then. Oh, Blackburn on the last day against Samuel Eto's team, apparently, on the last day. Oh, it's kind of a tricky start, though. We've got Manchester United followed up with Chelsea. Then we've got the two Scottish sides together here. We've got Celtic followed by Rangers. Then on to a derby against Everton. Oh, man. Then we got the two London sides here, being Spurs and Arsenal. Oh man, we don't really get a break much, in a way, if you get what I mean. Okay, I mean, fair enough, that's what it is. We are starting at home, though, against Birmingham for the new season. So there is that. Arsenal are at We United. They came second in the league last season. Newly promoted, I believe, Wigan are at Chelsea. Kind of a tough one there. Tough for Charlton, who've just been promoted as well at Newcastle. Tottenham, Celtic there. United at Blackburn. We'll come back to that in a moment, because obviously that's the next set of games for this season coming. We're away at Old Trafford for fixture 2. Yikes. Chelsea at Charlton. Tottenham, Newcastle. We've got Rangers, Everton, Celtic at West Brom. Okay, I mean, not too big of a deal happening there, I suppose, with anything. We're away. Oh, wait, are you kidding me? So we're at Old Trafford, week 2, and then away to Chelsea, week 3 as well. What? Okay. Celtic at home, week 4. Who are Arsenal playing? Charlton, okay. Okay, no, nothing too major going on there. Away at Rangers, one of our favourite fixtures. Man U, We United. Arsenal, Chelsea that week. Okay. We got the Everton derby. We're away for that one as well. So look, a lot of our away games happening in the first half of the season. We've got Chelsea against Rangers. United are at Charlton that week. Then we've got Bolton at home. United, Wigan. Who are Chelsea playing? They're at West Brom. Okay. United at West Brom. Arsenal against Celtic. That's in fixture 8. Chelsea Blackburn. Arsenal United on week 9. Okay. See how this is going. We've got Arsenal on week 10. Chelsea Newcastle, kind of a biggie game there. In fact, I think week 9 is our first cup game. Who we got? We got Everton. It's always Chelsea or Everton or Arsenal or United in that first round. We always seem to get Everton. I'm not even entirely sure why. It must be something to do with the algorithms, man. The algorithms. But Arsenal, Wigan, Charlton, Man U. Chelsea are at home to Rangers. Tottenham, Bolton there. Okay. Let's move ahead. We United on fixture 11, which is away. Arsenal, Rangers. Chelsea at Bolton. United at Birmingham. We've got Chelsea, we United. Fixture 12. Arsenal are at Everton. United, Celtic. We've got Wigan at home. Fixture 13. United are at Everton, Arsenal, Bolton, Chelsea, Spurs, kind of a big London game there. Man U, Chelsea, week 14. Arsenal, Newcastle, kind of a big week there then, okay. And then, what was this, week 15? Blackburn for us, so we'll be away at Blackburn on the last day of the season then. Chelsea, Everton, United, Tottenham. So that's the halfway point right there, and then obviously it just repeats. Last day of the season looks like this. Away at Blackburn, Spurs, Manchester United, Arsenal at home to Birmingham, Chelsea at Everton there. So yeah, okay. I mean, the usual games, but nothing too major happening on most of these. Like sometimes you get like big games going on all around the grounds pretty much on the same day sometimes, but this season seems a little bit more spaced out just looking at it. Otherwise, the Champions League qualifying stage looks like this. Anderlecht, Chelsea, Inter Milan and Barca all in the same group. Ooh, come on Anderlecht, you could do that. You can get through. Group B, we've got Valencia, Newcastle, Udinese and Real Betis. Interesting group, that one. Manchester United, Stuttgart, Marseille and Roma for Group C. And finally Group D, we United, Lyon, Villarreal and Roma. Lazio, that is. Not AS Roma, the other one. So, yeah, that's what that looks like. Otherwise, if you care about any of these cups as well, here they are. So, League 4, FA Cup, and Bayern are playing Benfica there. Ajax are playing PSV. Oh, that's a big game, actually. So, there's that. So, the Serie A one here, where Schwartz is going to be playing at AC Milan. Going to see how he gets on there. Be interesting. And Spanish Cup with Real Madrid and Osasuna, Barcelona, Real Sociedad, Valencia, Real Betis, Atletico, Villarreal there. Okay, kind of interesting. This is what the tournament table looks like for us. If we get through the Everton tie, we'll be taking on Tottenham or Bolton in the quarter-final. We'll be facing either Blackburn, Celtic, We United or West Brom in the semi-finals. And then we'll be facing either Chelsea, Rangers, Newcastle, Birmingham, Charlton, Manchester United, Wigan or Arsenal. If we make it all the way to the final, it'll be one of those teams. So yeah, Arsenal could face Manchester United in the next round there. Chelsea, maybe potentially face Newcastle. Our side's looking a little easier, maybe, because like United, Chelsea, Arsenal all on that side, so that's kind of nice to see for once. It just feels like each season it's the same thing repeated or whatever. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. You might say that the transfer window may be a little bit disappointing this time around because we didn't maybe meet all the targets we wanted, but we did acquire 2 players on the last chance saloon, if that's what you want to call it. We got Orlando in, we swapped Schwartz for Inzaghi. Inzaghi, see how he goes. Like I said though, he might only play as a substitute here and there and maybe cup games. Don't forget we got Orlando as well to implement somehow. So it's kind of exciting. Owusu left us. We acquired Yos. We acquired Nuri Sahin as an attacking midfielder and Figo to rotate as well, potentially. So it was kind of a big window. Joe Cole left us, Ronaldinho left us, and now Schwartz has left us. So quite a number of players there leaving. Of course, Owusu on top of that. But this is fixture 1 for season 11. This is how it looks. Starting at home at Anfield against Birmingham. Could be a nice and easy game, potentially. Who knows, though. Birmingham did have a pretty good season last season. Blackburn are against Manchester United at home. Bolton are taking on Rangers. Everton against West Brom. Celtic travel to Spurs. I just want to say Celtic have done a lot of transfers just recently, and they've actually got the regened Robbie Fowler playing for them. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Newcastle are against Charlton. Chelsea at home to newly promoted Wigan. And Arsenal at We United. Arsenal wanting to obviously charge for the title again this season, but we'll see if we can stop them and reach first again. Comment, subscribe and share as always if you want, guys, and see you for a whole new season next time. New faces, new signings. Let's go. See you then.